How you doing today, guys? Want to give you my opinion. What do you guys think about these knives right here? $387 for these little flip knives, they call them. Ozark Trail flip opening knife. Most of you guys have already had these in your hand. Most of you guys own these. Kind of as a goof, you know. I bought this one, not expecting much. What I got was, I believe, a $10 or $15 knife for like $4. So still, it's a usable tool, but personally, as a knife enthusiast, as somebody who kind of lives and breathes the hobby, you know, like most of you guys do, if you're watching a video on knives, you're probably the same exact way. I know I talk to a lot of you guys, and it's just the same thing. So we're all sharing this sickness together. I guess we could be doing worse things, right? But anyways, for a $4 goof, why not check it out? And I have to say, I think this knife is going to serve a purpose. I bet they're selling really well. I bet they're in a lot of people's pockets who are non-knife people. So I think that's pretty good for spreading the hobby. I think that I'd be pretty scared to take this down. I bet the hardware would strip out or something would be funky on it. Fit and finish, not terrible. The design is pretty good. I mean, it fits my hand very nice. To me, the guard comes down, the flipper comes down and provides a little bit of a, you know, just like a regular flipper, but it's not a flipper. They claim it is, but you can't flip this at all. Not even if I took this apart in the action. The geometry is wrong. This would be, if you had a encyclopedia of how to not make flipper geometry and be just like this knife would be in that picture. Okay, why? Well, the flipper is way back behind the pivot point. The detent is incredibly sloppy. Okay, we can move the blade this much. Right here it breaks. And it's not a tight break. So, just is what it is. You know, there's a little bit of play, a lot of bit of play. So it's not snappy. I guess you could fling it and then wrist flick it. If I was to spend some time, maybe loosen up this, maybe polish up the sides. It does look like there's some sort of nylon, probably a knockoff nylon. I can almost guarantee it's not like a real nylon washer in there. It's probably just like a sheet of plastic somehow. Lock face, locks up good. Liner is so thin though, if you put any kind of real pressure on this, that liner walks over. And I don't know how long that's going to last. Who's to know if this is even heat treated on this side? I can tell you the blade sharpened up. I put my own edge on here. It sharpened up just like 8CR 13 MOV. I'm sure it's some sort of grade lower than 8CR 13 MOV, but maybe not. Maybe they produce enough knives where they can actually buy 8CR 13. And it's heat treated. It held an edge very well. It sharpened up nice and sharp. Very thin on the hollow grind, which is why I say not a bad deal if you just want to get somebody who's not a knife person. Maybe you just want to buy a throwaway or whatever. You know, this would work. I personally, it is not going to go back in my pocket for some time. Not unless I had to like do a cut test with it and somebody really, really wanted me to review it. But being that I do this for fun, probably not going to happen. To me, I didn't have a whole lot of fun carrying this knife. And not because I'm a knife snob. You're looking at one big glaring issue. Yeah. Crazy hot spot right there. I don't know why that would ever be a good idea to do that. Digs right into your hand. Any kind of torque or anything like that, your flesh wants to grab that lock bar and unlock it. So, you got that. It's tip down. Why tip down? I don't know why knives are even made and tip down. I understand the military from Spyderco. Not that I agree with it, but any other knife, no excuse. Never, never, never tip down. Just my opinion. Standoffs. Yeah, it's an open back. You can blow it out, this and that. Not drilled anything extra. I understand, $4. So you're lucky you're getting some sort of what looks like, and they claim, I think, a G10 or something. I'm not quite sure it is. Maybe it is. It doesn't look like any G10 I've ever played with or worked with or seen. But it does feel like it's not plastic. So it is some sort of fiberglass probably and resin mixture. Who knows? Everything seems good. I mean, for what it is, it seems okay. Now my next issue, Ozark Trail. I'm sure they're getting somebody else to make their knives. But I don't agree with clones and thieves. Okay? What's this? Oh, what's that? Ozark Trail. Oh, huh. Right? You see that? What does that? That look like anything that you guys have seen lately? No? Yeah? Maybe? How about the Kershaw Ember by Rick Hinder? Rick Hinder design made by Kershaw. Yeah, funny, huh? Again, I'm pretty sure that this is probably made in China. But either somehow they have ripped them off or something went wonky there. I don't like when people steal people's designs 100% and not make stuff their own. Again, that's $4. I don't. I think you're stealing from Kershaw and you're stealing from Rick Hinder and you're compromising your credibility, I guess, if you purchase clone knives and stuff like that. Just my opinion. It doesn't mean I wouldn't like you as a person. It just means me personally, I'm not going to do that. But just because somebody has a religion that I don't agree with or this or that or we disagree on politics doesn't mean I'm not going to like you. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. Do you know what I mean? So I would never be mad at somebody for running out and buying 10 of these knives to give out as gifts. Or buying one of these and put it in the thing. I obviously bought one. But you got to watch out. Those Ozark Trail company will obviously rip people off. Rip their designs off. And I believe steal people's intellectual property. Let's just say that. So there you go. Can't recommend it, but I can't tell you it's a bad knife either. Hollow ground. As a knife, if you were to just, no politics aside, you don't tell me the price, you put this knife in my hands and you tell me to go out and use it, I would have that complaint. That tab should not stick out. Again, a Dremel tool, you could probably even that out pretty good. Maybe even pull this back a little. A lot of work for a $4 knife. I'm not going to do that work, but you could if you had some time. If you put this knife in my hands, told me carry it and use it, besides that, I would say, yeah, it's a knife. It's not a good knife, but it's a knife. It would get you along if you couldn't afford anything more. If maybe you just want something extra, something to give away. I can see that. But I'm not going to tell you to run out and purchase one. You're not missing anything in your life if you have a budget Kershaw. You know, I'd recommend that over this. So there you go. I kind of feel that same way about the Ganzo knives. Some of them seem to be alright, but when you start knocking off the paramilitary and knocking off the axis lock and combine them, yep, makes an incredible knife. But intellectual property, you know, and stuff like that. So I feel the same way about the Rexford Rut. There's fake ones going around. I would never purchase the fake ones. So there you go. To keep it on topic, yep, it's okay. It's okay. It's like, meh. See ya.